the Outdoor Journal. Today on the Outdoor Journal, join Angelo Viola in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, as he travels up the Shubenacadie River to ride the world's largest tidal bore. On surviving the outdoors, Audrey Hall gives us a lesson on proper food planning for the great outdoors, like what items to take along, how to package them, and more. Then on Off the Beaten Path, journey along with Pete Bowman as he visits a motocross school to learn the ups and downs of dirt bike handling. All this and more coming up on the Outdoor Journal.
For over 200 years, Halifax has been welcoming travelers to this corner of North America through its world-famous port. And if you happen to be one of the 50,000 or so that visit this distinguished part of Canada each year, then you know how difficult it is not to get caught up in its fascinatingly storied past. For example, did you know that Halifax holds the distinction, or should I say the misfortune, of having had the world's largest man-made explosion prior to the nuclear age? The dateline was December 6, 1917. It was caused by the collision of two foreign vessels, the Belgian ship Emo and the French freighter called Mont Blanc, which was carrying 225 tons of TNT and a deckload of benzene. The smoke and fire from the explosion was calculated at reaching more than 2 miles into the maritime sky. To this day, the reason for the collision is not really certain, although speculation has it that it was a language issue, a misunderstanding between the English-speaking Halifax pilot and the French-speaking Mont Blanc engineer. Today, this fascinating story is well documented throughout this historically rich North Atlantic port. For that matter, Halifax has almost 300 buildings, sites, and streetscapes that are registered as special heritage properties, all tied in by several historical tours, both motorized and by foot. Everywhere you go, you see a gentle blend of old and new, a proud maritime past alongside a vibrant cosmopolitan present. But don't let this placid environment fool you, because today's stay is going to be anything but laid back. You see, about 50 miles to the north of here is the Bay of Fundy, home to the Big Swing, the world's largest tide, and that's where our adventure takes place. But before we go there, let's go to this week's Surviving the Outdoors.
Oh, I'm starving. Thank God for cellular phones. Hi, 8-for-1 pizza? Yeah, I'd like to order a pizza for delivery, please. I'm just north of you in the bush, and I'll have a signal fire going. Hello? Hello? It's so hard to get good delivery service out here. Thank God I'm prepared. Proper menu planning is so important out here, especially on longer trips. Now, we all know for our bodies to function properly, we need a well-balanced diet of fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. So what do we want for out here? We want to pack lightly with a variety of food with the highest nutritional value, and we want it to taste good too. Some basics to plan your menu around are breakfast foods, dried fruit, rice, beans, soup mixes, and beverages like coffee and tea. Sporting goods stores offer dehydrated ready-made meals, and health food stores supply a variety of energy powdered drinks and bars that contain all the proper nutrients and are lower in fat. So, how much food do you need? Well, calorie requirements are different for everybody, and there are charts available to help you calculate how many calories you require, but these charts tend to be for the average person, and I know I'm not average, so only use these charts as a guide. Also keep in mind that longer trips with more physical activity will require more calories, and those adventures that take you to cold climates require diets that are higher in fat for that extra body insulation, whereas treks to hotter climates require less fat but an increase in water and nutrients. So what do we do to ensure we have a proper menu? We're going to field test our appetite. On short trips, you monitor your food requirements and all your activities. Now I'm on a 2-day trip and I've brought along 2 pounds of food per day. Now from there I'll make notes to either increase or decrease in the future. So now we get down to menu planning and packaging. Now I like to have everything ready to go before I come out into the field. It helps save a lot of time and space. I plan each meal, package it, and label it.
Any food that requires preparation, remember to include the cooking directions. And even though I use Ziploc bags, I still tape them shut for extra safety. I then group all the breakfasts, lunches, and dinners together in larger Ziploc bags. And here's a hiker's tip. Film containers are great for carrying spices. I then put everything into one large plastic bag. All the packaging makes it easier to find meals in the field, and the extra bagging helps protect the food.
Now, even though I like to bring my own meals, Alpinair makes one wicked mountain chili, and that's what I'm cooking up right now. Ah, this beats pizza any day.
Coming up, more on the Halifax tidal bore and a crash course in motocross. And now, back to the Outdoor Journal.
Consider the Bay of Fundy as the world's largest bathtub. Now, fill it half full of water and rock it back and forth, say every couple of seconds or so. Eventually, you're going to cause what's considered a resonating or sloshing effect, and that is that the water will spill over the edge. Now, if you stop rocking or slow it down, the water will eventually flatten out. Well, that's exactly what's happening here, except in this case, the bathtub happens to be almost 100 miles wide and over 200 miles long. And at the very end is the Shubenacadie River, home of the only tidal bore ride. Now, to better understand this phenomenon, I'm going to visit the Bedford Institute of Oceanography, Canada's largest ocean research center, and talk to Dr. Greenberg, who's considered a guru of the Bay of Fundy tidal movements. The Bedford Institute of Oceanography. Here, over 300 scientists are busy studying the Atlantic Ocean's many mysteries.
In the world of tides, the Bay of Fundy is supreme. It's got the highest tides in the world. At the head of Minas Basin, up at the head of the Bay of Fundy, the tides have been measured at, with a range of 58 feet. Tidal bore is a shallow water phenomenon. You'll find it when there's very shallow water with a large tidal wave moving in. Water travels very slowly over shallow water. There's more friction. It tends to slow down. So at the leading edge of a large tide, it slows right down, and the trailing edge, the high water, starts to catch up. So you end up with a steeper and steeper tidal wave. So it almost happens all at once. And in a tidal bore, that's actually what happens, where you have a great big gush of water falling over itself into some of the rivers in the upper Bay of Fundy.
So, in a nutshell, the Shubenacadie tidal bore is unique to the world. It produces over 25 million horsepower, utilizes over 100 billion tons of water, and we, that is you and I, are going to ride that puppy on nothing more than an elaborate motorized rubber dinghy. But first, this week's Off the Beaten Path.
Let's see, that's the brake for sure, and that is the starter for sure. There's so many gadgets on these things anymore now. That gear shifter, was it 1 down and 4 up, 4 down, 1 up, 5? I don't know how many gears, that I don't remember at all. Brake here, throttle. I need help. There's the clutch. I think I need help for sure. And I believe help is on its way. Now, hopefully, just hopefully, after an entrance like that, you are Blair Sharpless, the guy that is going to help me out today.
And you must be Pete, who needs the help.
No kidding, buddy. I need help big time. Actually, folks, Blair owns and runs the Blair Sharpless Dirt Bike School, Blair Sharpless and Company Dirt Bike School. And today, I've come to a school, and I am going to try and learn to take one of these babies out. What are you going to have me do today?
Well, first of all, we're just going to get you accustomed to the bike, show you where the controls are, that sort of thing. We've got a warm-up track and get you around that and do some instruction and make sure you got things figured out. And then we're going to head out in the forest and show you the trails.
So like a one-day course, I go right from a starter track to the bush? Big
no
time?
problem at all.
Big machine like this? Like I'm going to have a little mini bike, right?
We'll give you one a little shorter. Let me get my gear off and we'll get rolling.
Excellent, buddy. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, Pete, we're over here at our novice track, and we're going to check you out on some of the controls before we get you out there. Okay, first thing you need to know about is the throttle. Okay, the more you turn it, the faster you're going to go. The throttle snaps back by itself, so you don't need any radical wrist movements. You just need to loosen your grip, and it'll come back. And when you grab a hold of the throttle, don't grab it with your wrist up like that.
Right.
grab it with your wrist flat. So if the bike does pull away from you, you're not going to open the throttle more. While we're over here, we've got the front brake. Just use 1 or 2 fingers, just like that, okay?
Keep them on, it's pretty well all the time?
Yeah,
Should you
it's
keep
best. That way you're prepared if something happens in an emergency situation. Next thing you need to know about is the rear brake. You use the toe of your boot on the rear brake and the arch sits on the foot peg, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Now the other thing you need to know about is the gear shifter, which is right here. Again, you use the toe of your boot and the arch of your foot on the foot peg, okay? Now first gear is down and the rest of the gears are all up. Okay, and the last control you need to know about is the clutch. All the way to the handlebar is disengaged, and you let it out and you go forward. I know you've done some riding before, so that's about all the instruction. You probably need to at least do a couple of laps around here.
A long time ago, buddy. I'm talking a long time ago.
Okay, well, I'll get your helmet on there, and we'll get the bike running, and let's see how it goes.
If you guys are anything like me, you'd probably be slightly intimidated by taking on a motocross school. The power of modern-day dirt bikes and having a multi-time national champion showing you the ropes can put on the pressure, so to speak. But it's just not so with Blair. He quickly observes your skill level and puts you through the proper paces accordingly.
Beautiful. You look like a natural out there.
Stepping back to me. I love it.
So, you ready to go try something a little more challenging?
Absolutely. Well, not too much more, John.
We'll work our way up.
Progress me slowly, sir.
Okay, why don't you do another lap, and I'll meet you over at the on a warm-up track, we call it. We got some obstacles there for you to try.
Beautiful.
Okay, we'll see you over there. There we are. Okay, Pete, what we got here is some pylons for you to weave through, okay?
That's a good idea.
Just steady throttle through them and just weave your way through there. Get a feel of moving the bike from side to side.
You couldn't spread them out a little farther for me, could you? Like,
No.
Take each second one out of
These are wide apart. Wait till you see how close the trees are when you get out there.
Okay, man. The pylon area in dirt track is a second stop in the dirt bike course. Here's where you gotta be a little more cautious and confident. Believe me, the last thing these guys expect at the school is for you to weave through those pylons at breakneck speeds. They want precision driving, something you'll be thankful for in the woods. All right.
That was good, Pete. Real good.
Hey, that's kind of a neat little course you got there.
Yeah, it winds through the woods. It's just to get people used to the bike before we head out in the trails.
Great, huh?
What I'll do is have you do some more laps while I go get my helmet and my bike, and let's head out in the trails.
Go!
Find some fun. Find some hills.
Let's go.
Okay, I'll be back in a sec.
Ready.
All right.
One down. I'm gonna forget the pylons this time. After what feels like no time at all, Blair's got you up and running through the Ganaraska forest. This is the perfect spot for bopping around from road to trail on either one of the supplied bikes at the school or your own if you wish to bring it. Be careful though, with all this great scenery and your newfound cockiness. Stand up, baby. Whoa! Did you see that one, buddy?
No, I missed it. You're not allowed to crash unless I get the watch.
I think I planted it into that tree, man.
Oh, geez. You all right?
Oh, yeah, no problem. That's the most fun.
That's
so
what all
far.
that gear's for.
I told you I'd show you how not to do it. The worst part is I got through the bridge. I don't even know what I hit here, man.
Oh, maybe it spun on that last log there, you know? They're real slippery.
I love it. Well, let's
That's
pick it
great.
up and move
yeah,
on.
let's get that
I'm
up off the
recuperated.
ground.
I'm all right. I wonder how the crowd took it. One thing's for sure, folks. When you're having fun, your recovery time is quick. Luckily, I didn't annihilate myself too badly on my wipeout, so it was time to try it again. Well, Blair, what the heck have you got me into now? This looks a little bit rugged.
Well, this is what we call the whoops, and that's not what's going to happen, okay?
Whoops, that'll be me.
It actually we used to call them whoop-de-doos, but the do part got dropped, and it's just called whoops now, or bumps. I think first of all, what you're going to worry about is just letting the bike rock underneath you. Find a nice neutral standing position and let the bike roll underneath you, okay?
Yeah, okay.
But I'll go do a demo, show you what it should look like, and then you can give her a shot.
Give me a look at it, buddy.
Okay.
I can imagine, though, with you being a national champion and all, you're going to go real slow, aren't you?
Yeah.
Look at this guy go already. Oh, man. Watch this. I have a feeling there's going to be some hot dog in here. Oh, baby! Where did he go there now? Looks like he fell off the face of the earth. Now, believe me, folks, I am not going to do that.
Oh, not bad, Pete, not
right?
bad.
It's kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, you know what, after a while, you just got to practice it, you know, and it rocks through there, and that's
Yeah,
it.
man.
After a little while, you start skipping the front end, and it'll really be neat.
After about a year of practice. Look, I'm going down that hill right now, buddy. I got to try my air.
You're going to try to jump?
Of course, I'm
Okay.
confident now. I did this, so I did the whoop.
All right, give her. That was incredible. Where did Pete learn that?
What do you think of that, tough guy?
That was awesome, Pete.
No
Where did
kidding.
you learn that?
Well, I got a good teacher, man.
Yeah?
Oh.
Holy cow, I didn't think I was that good.
You think you're my only teacher? Actually, you were. That's how good you are. What the heck's
Who's
going on
this
here?
guy?
Is that what you wanted, Pete?
Oh, man, what are you doing? You're wrecking my stunt.
No guts, no glory.
Oh, wow.
Pete, what did you do to me
Get
here?
out of here, would you?
Come on.
Man. No guts, no glory.
You got a double.
I got gutted, big time. Whew.
Well, you almost had me fooled, Pete. I was amazed when you came over there. So what do you think of riding in the dirt?
I love it.
Great.
I absolutely love it.
Maybe we'll get you out again?
Please,
Good.
please.
Happy to hear it.
Excellent stuff.
And now for your travel tips. Passport.
My frequent flight destination, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The Ganaraska Forest is within an hour's drive of Toronto. It is now Southern Ontario's largest forest and offers the outdoor enthusiast endless possibilities for exploration. From a quiet stroll in nature to off-roading, the forest has a little bit of something for everyone. Some portions of the forest may prohibit motorized vehicle entry, so be sure to check with local authorities prior to entering the forest. The forest has several picturesque groomed cross-country ski trails and miles of off-road trails. The forest can also be enjoyed on horseback and is annually visited by equestrian riders from all over Ontario. The forest's walking trails are designed to appeal to all abilities of hikers and walkers alike. If you plan to take the special habitat trail, be sure to bring your camera along as a wide variety of wildlife may be viewed.
Coming up, riding the world's largest tidal bore. And now, back to the Outdoor Journal.
It's a short 40-mile drive from the city of Halifax to Hants County, home of Shubenacadie Tidal Bore Park. I still have no idea what to expect. From what I've been told, it's a cross between surfing, whitewater rafting, and powerboating. Well, I guess this is the place with hopefully all of the answers. After getting acquainted with the Knoll family who came up with this wild adventure ride, it finally started to sink in. I'm going to go out and play on one of the Earth's most awesome forces, and more importantly, lay claim to having been on the world's only tidal bore ride. Pretty heady stuff, folks. Everything near the water's edge in this part of the world has a long series of steps. A stark reminder, of course, to the incredible tidal movements here, which at the highest point can change 12 meters or 36 feet, all in a matter of a few hours. Well, here we go. Well, there's no turning back now, folks. John Knoll, who does most of the river runs here, figures that we'll hit the crest of the bore about 3 miles down. He also tells me that it won't be at its highest today, but I got a feeling I won't be disappointed. Wow, what an understatement that was.
Here it comes.
That was done on purpose, isn't it? That is absolutely wild. Woo!